It's your boy Francis back with another video. Still don't know what to call this channel. It's still C.I.A. Central Intelligence. No intro, but just want to do a quick update. Right now I'm living life. I'm feeling good. Had time to reflect. It's Thanksgiving week, and came out here to Cali, the Bay Area, hang out with my mom and my sister, for a happy Thanksgiving. But today, what I came to talk about and what I came here to say is basically, it's good to reflect on your life. It's good to take that moment, take a step back, and reflect on your everyday life. Also, reflect on the day is important, and that's something that I want to go ahead and master myself, is to reflect on the day. And from this time being away from Texas, being away from work, being away from other friends and influences over there, and just really taking the time to myself out here. And I was doing that while I was in Texas anyways, but having this break and not having to focus on the business, not have to focus on work, things like that I got going on right now, it helps big time, because I get to take a step back and reflect on things I need to do better, things I should work on. This ain't just a New Year thing, but this is things that I think about daily, about being a better person, being a better human being, being a better man in general, and how I can improve myself every single day. And that's something that I want to continue to do, is challenge myself and improve myself physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, all that. And it's just really good to take that moment and reflect back, all the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm looking through my Snapchat this year of all the shit that I saved, and I'm like, damn. This was this year. Even with the whole corona and everything, I've been to a lot of places. I traveled a lot, especially for work, and it feels good. It feels good knowing that you in some type of progression. I'm blessed to have a job that helps me travel, lets me travel. I've been all over Texas. Been all over Texas. That's where I work at. That's where I reside for now. But eventually and hopefully, I want to be able to go ahead and travel at will whenever I feel like it, not because the job told me to, not because I really have to. It's because I want to, and that's the point. I'm trying to get into my life, as far as being able to have that passive income coming in, and those are things I've just been reflecting on. These past couple of days, especially being out here, I don't really have all those distractions around me and everything. It's kind of crazy. It's really good to take breaks and just take a mental break, take a physical break. Just taking that break and reflecting. Not just taking a break and then going back to your old ways per se, but taking a step back, break yourself from those particular vibes that you're surrounded by, basically. It's crazy how interconnected we all are, and once you disconnect from everything else, or everything that you knew, or everything that you're familiar with, man, it really makes you want to reflect back if you want to. That's because you have to choose that too. That's something you have to choose. It's not something that it just happens. It can just happen, but you have to mentally choose to do so. Make sure you're cautious of everything. Especially in your 20s. I know it's harder to do it earlier, but either life is going to show you, for sure. If you don't learn, if you don't listen to your elders, people who's been through it or has much more experience than you, and you're not following heed to the word about certain things, or at least their advice about certain things about this life that they've been through already, you're gonna find out in the hard way, in a sense. It's not necessarily gonna be always do or die per se, but it's probably something you didn't have to struggle with to begin with, and that's something I learned. It's crazy. It's just crazy. But I'm trying to go ahead and pass that word and pass that knowledge down to y'all as well. Like for those who are in a rut, it doesn't matter what age you are, but it's time to take that personal time to yourself. There's times where you just gotta stay single. I've been in a relationship after relationship, and this is like my first real break of being single. You know, going through those withdrawals, going through those emotions of just like, damn, you miss the girl that you used to love, and to each his own of their past relationships. You know what I'm saying? Things that I've learned, I always try to learn from and pick up from to be better in the next one if I do entertain to be in the next one. But it's good to right now be single, traveling, exploring the world, taking those chances, meeting new people and everything like that. Like it's a big thing. A lot of people should do that. Granted, I know not a lot of people are granted to do so, like are not able to. But definitely being disciplined and like grinding up to that point of being able to is well worth it. Because all that grind and not necessary, steps you got to take so you can get to this point of reflection is well worth it. Being in that position to get out your old environment and go into a new one and reflect. Have new ideas pop into you. So that's what I came here to stop by and say. I usually just ramble. There's no really. I wouldn't say there's no real purpose. There's definitely a purpose in my videos, but there's no real rhyme. There's no real similarity. It's not. What's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? It's not uniform. I know my thoughts are all over the place, but the purpose definitely remains the same. For this video, this video is really about being able to reflect. It's important to reflect, to meditate, take some real time for yourself. So that's like including disengaging from social media, from your phone entirely, from even your business, work, being able to have that real break, and then you focus, on the things you've done. All right, you leave the past in the past, of course. Reflect, but go into that black box of yours, and being able to reflect and see what you can do better, what you learn from, like from your past mistakes. It's always good to go back and reflect on what you can do better and what you learn from doing that. And that's always big. Because if you keep going forward, keep trying to see the future or the present day, and you don't reflect back, all the lessons that you gain can definitely be lost if you don't focus on that. If you don't, try to reflect back on like, hey, look, the same mistakes keep happening.